Hello, Professor Yardley. Today we are here to go through some negotiation. I'm here to negotiate the evaluation of my late work. Learning is one of the most important parts of college. It's why we're here, to learn lessons, and then through this learning prove that we've learned. Professors teach us, and then they evaluate how we've learned through writing assignments, tests, quizzes, etc. I know we both care about genuinely learning, not just doing the assignments for points. It's really important to make sure you get what you can out of all these classes. I understand your role in all of this. A professor has a high workload with teaching everything, making sure the students are learning, providing the material for them to learn the best, and then going through and evaluating all the work they've done from this learning, and evaluating whether they've learned or not, and how they're learning through grading tests, grading essays, and especially this class is a very heavy writing assignment class, so there's a lot of writing assignments to read, and I understand that's very, very time consuming. I appreciate the time you already put in, not even concerning grading all my stuff. I understand that deadlines matter, and professors set standards for a reason, both to hold students accountable and to keep their lives easy, so they don't have to cram a bunch of late work in at the end of the semester. If everyone turned in stuff at the end of the semester, that would be absolutely horrible for the professor. I have not turned in any of my assignments. I've done a couple. I did the first exam. I did the first couple assignments, but the large majority of my assignments are past due. I've since done them all, but it's impossible for me to turn them in because the assignments are locked due to the standards you've set, which I completely understand. Keeps your workload lower, it keeps accountability, and now I have to take accountability for the fact that none of these things are turned in. In order to take accountability, I have to face some personal growth. I deal with a lot of discipline on a day-by-day basis. I hear this very often: no excuses. You can't do those push-ups because you have a broken arm? Try harder, no excuses. Oh, your ankle sprained and you don't want to do sprints? No excuses. Go sprint on the bike. However, I'm very disciplined in the wrestling room. However, I do have trouble being disciplined when it comes to academics. When I get in the patterns of avoidance, I tend to just let it explode and snowball from there. And I'm trying to take accountability by both looking at these patterns and trying to break them through doing all the assignments and not half-aiding the assignments, doing them to the best of my ability and trying to get the most I can out of the class. Because if we decide that grading all my assignments isn't what's best, I completely understand, but it would make all my hard work for nothing unless I learned. And I did learn a lot, and I made sure that I got as much as I could out of this class. I'm paying for it, might as well, and it's a great opportunity given to me. This negotiation is showing an effort to change the habits that have gotten me where I am and trying to grow from here. I do need to have discipline in the future to not let these patterns repeat themselves. My request is that I am allowed to submit all of my already completed assignments. If you don't want to open them all up individually on Canvas, I actually prepared for that. I have them all organized on a file in order, and I'm just asking for a fair evaluation of these assignments. A learning-based evaluation just based on how I learned, so you can see the effort I put into learning and evaluate if I actually did learn it. I understand there's a lot of concerns with this. You have to if you let anybody, every single student, turn everything in at the end, that would be a very high workload. I understand you already have a pretty high workload. So you could say it would be unfair to other students to let you turn this all in. This also might be inconsistent with your rules and obviously higher workload. However, I doubt any of the other students have turned in essay and negotiation, put forth an effort to negotiate getting their assignments evaluated. I put hard work into learning and taking accountability, doing the assignments themselves, and I just ask that you consider the effort, creativity, and accountability I put into this project through doing all my work, doing it in this way, asking you in this way instead of just some email begging you. I hate begging, and I'm sure that you hate begging just as much, if not more than I do. Horrible situation to be in, horrible situation to be on the other end of. So to avoid begging, I'm trying to take accountability and do all the work I possibly can in order to succeed and get the most I can out of this class. So through this evaluation and negotiation, I hope you can see that learning has taken place and there's a mutual benefit. Your job is done. You've taught me. I've learned through both doing all the coursework, all the textbook chapters. I've learned for sure through the resources you've provided me. I get recognized for this work that I have done and the learning that's taken place. Through this assignment, I'm breaking the cycle and turning my work in and trying to grow as a student and as a person. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for hearing me out. I know this one's probably a little bit unconventional, but I really appreciate all these that you have given me the opportunity to face. Thank you, Professor Yardley, and thank you for being here today.